Every successful nutrient solution starts with one question: what do we really want the plants to get? In CeresFlows, the answer begins with the Nutrients module, which is not just a fertilizer calculator, but a complete system for designing, preparing, and managing nutrient solutions. It all starts with recipes. They do not describe which fertilizers you will use, but what the final nutrient profile of the solution should be. For each crop, development phase, or specific goal, you can create a separate recipe with the desired values for macro and micro elements, EC and pH. This way you build your own library of nutrient profiles that you can use as a personal recipe book, import and export, or share with other producers. The next step is the raw materials. Here the system stores all the fertilizers you have: dry salts, liquid products, correctors, and additives. For each material, its chemical composition, physical form, and method of use are described. CeresFlows allows you to work with both factory liquid fertilizers and your own pre-prepared concentrates. Each material has its own inventory, purchase history, and automatic cost tracking, so you always know not only what a fertilizer contains, but also how much you actually have. However, the real power of the module lies in the mixer. It is this that connects recipes with raw materials and turns the desired nutrient medium into a real preparation formula. After selecting a recipe, the system loads all target values and in real time begins to compare what needs to be achieved and what the selected fertilizers already provide. If you prefer automation, Generate Optimal Mix analyzes all allowed raw materials and searches for the most balanced solution according to the set priorities, tolerances, and chemical restrictions. Instead of offering the only possible solution, the algorithm finds the best option based on the available resources. The priorities of the elements can be changed, individual elements can be excluded from optimization, and each fertilizer can be allowed or prohibited for automatic use. Thus, the user sets the rules and the system performs the optimization. For professionals who prefer full control, Mixer also offers a fully manual mode. Each fertilizer can be added individually, choosing which is its leading element and what part of the required parts per million to provide. After each change, the system automatically calculates the required amount for the selected volume of water and immediately shows how this affects all the other elements in the solution. This is where one of the most valuable functions of the module comes into play. Each fertilizer contains more than one nutrient. When you add calcium nitrate, for example, you are not only adding calcium but also nitrate nitrogen. Mixer tracks these side effects in real time and shows how each change affects the entire nutrient formula, allowing for the construction of truly balanced solutions. Even before the first fertilizer is added, the system can also take into account the profile of the water used. Regardless of whether you are working with reverse osmosis, tap, or well water, its mineral composition is involved in the calculations and is included in the final ppm values. This allows the recipe to be tailored to real conditions rather than idealized pure water. In parallel, nutrient status compares the target values with the current solution for each individual element, showing deviations, percentage of completion, and calculated conductivity. This way, any change is instantly visible and the user always knows how close they are to the set target. But correct ppm does not always mean correct nutrient balance. That is why Mixer also analyzes the ratios between the elements. The system monitors indicators such as K to Ca to Mg, the ratio of ammonium to total nitrogen, and other agronomically important dependencies, warning of potential antagonisms and unbalanced combinations even before the solution is prepared. Once the formula is ready, the module also calculates how it should be converted into real concentrates A, B, and C. It checks the solubility, calculates the required quantities, and shows the optimal ratio for preparing stock solutions. If necessary, an EC correction calculator is also available, which helps to estimate how much water or concentrate should be added to reach the desired conductivity in an existing tank. Ready-made mixes can be saved and used repeatedly without the need for new design. During their actual preparation, batch preparation automatically recalculates the quantities for each desired volume and, after confirmation, records the consumed raw materials in the warehouse. If the mix is converted into a concentrate, It is now managed as a separate stock solution with its own history and its own availability. The philosophy of nutrients is simple. Recipes define the goal. Raw materials provide the possibilities. Mixer connects the two and turns agronomic knowledge into a real, precisely calculated nutrient solution. This is what makes CeresFlows not just a fertilizer calculator, but an intelligent system that translates theory into practical implementation